You're tuned into the Visibility Strategy live stream with Amy Nubson and Christina Vidovich, where strategy meets storytelling and confidence takes the spotlight. Join us every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern as we help you set sail on your visibility journey. Well, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone, and good morning to you, Amy.
Good morning as well. It is a lovely day here in February, mid-February already. I cannot believe that. It's gone so fast. And if you think about our Februaries and our beginning of our years, we just went through the most crazy season of emails ever. At Christmas, you're getting bombarded by emails, and then the new year with all the excitement.
Yes. New year, new you.
Yeah, all these great new promises, right? These emails. So it's a perfect time to talk about it.
Yes, yes. And February is now into the love season, and so like, oh, what's next? What's next? And then it's spring, and then we have our sales coming up for all of the things. And oh my goodness, then summer's here. So we've got to start planning now from everything. If you're a parent, you're already gotten full of this summer camp and that summer camp, and it's January and February, and you want me to plan June, July, and August? What?
Exactly. And keep track of all of it.
Which email box am I looking at? Is it my family, my business, or my personal?
Exactly. Emails used to be like super easy communication, easy to remember. And now there's so many different ways to communicate with us that we're like, where is it?
Yes, yes. And where can I find that Zoom call that I'm supposed to be on right now? Was it messaged to me? Was it sent in an email? Oh my gosh, I have no idea anymore. My calendar. Wait, it might be there.
And then add all the complications of multiple Google accounts. Right? And you're like, which one was that in? And how do I get to that email? So emails were such a blessing, and now they can be complex.
Mhm. Yeah, so if you've had any of these issues come to you, raise your hand.
Like, or yesterday where I'm like, where is that email?
Yes,
So let's
yes,
talk about that. Or, the subject line is so important.
yes.
And it's not just important for somebody to read, it's also for somebody to search it in their email to find it. I was literally just before this call trying to find an email to respond to, going, where is it? What did the subject line was it? How can I find it? I spend so much time trying to remember what people might have called the email.
Yes, trying to be a little too clever?
Yes.
Uh,
Like,
Open now. What
yeah,
am I opening now?
exactly. Or you're just like a generic response. It's just give people, I think through of my email, like if somebody were to search this, especially if it's communication directly, what would they search? What
Mhm.
is the key thing I'm talking about in this email? I will change thread as you're going through. I will change the subject line based on where we are in the communication, even
Yes.
because they're going to search it differently because now we're talking about this, even though we're doing reply all.
Yes, yes, and that's brilliant. Tell us about that piece, because I think that's an interesting way to manage emails, because I think about it, what you're saying is like, "Oh gosh," I'm like, "I have 3 emails from the same person, but I don't know which thread to follow." How do you do that?
I like to try to, if it's a completely different thought, I try to start a new email, right? But if it's continuously going, sometimes it eventually starts to really go off track, but it's a progress, right? That it's kind of gone. So if it's gone beyond what it originally started, like let's say there was an invite and they were asking you questions, right? I will change the subject line to what we're talking about. Because if you don't, you're never going to remember, like, oh, our meeting on January 23rd. That's what I said. Search in my email. You'll never find it. Right.
Yeah.
So it's a courteous to them and to you. And it's a great way of organizing your thoughts and files.
Mm.
Because yeah, think about that.
So simple, but so brilliant. And I like that because there's this event that I want to invite you to, instead of just tagging that into this other thread of what we're working on a project. Oh, yeah, there's this happy hour, this cocktail hour, this dinner that you should be going to. Absolutely. And that's such a simple way to continue to have your clarity and to be
Exactly.
clear with your messages.
Yes.
So now what you said, I can go, oh, here's the dinner, and I can subject line that, or like search for that in that subject line. Yes, yes.
Yeah, because we bury so much information in threads and emails, and every time there's an update, it rechanges how you view it, and you're like, "Where did it go?" And you know it's buried in email number 3, and, like, so it takes more effort to document.
Yeah. Yes.
And then we're like, "Of course we missed it, or we forgot, or because it became a challenge."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I know one of the other things we talked about with emails is clarity of the reading part. So
Yeah.
tell me some of the things that for you, Christina, that you just find difficult to read in an email when somebody sends it to you.
Too many paragraphs. Too many paragraphs. Having worked with lots of mothers in my time, moms don't have time to read. They open up that email and you can see it, bing, and the responses start coming in 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. That's the time that they have to get to their emails. It's for me, I make sure that anything they have to know is either slightly larger or bolded in a different color. So I love to use blues in emails because that blue is going to pop out of the black and going, oh, I need to be here for this date. Boom. And I need to respond by here. Okay, got it. Now what am I responding to? So that you can
Yes.
follow. We don't need to just put paragraph upon paragraph upon paragraph of just stuff, because our little attention brains anymore do not pay attention to it. And skimming it, we're going to miss so many words that maybe that sender thought was important to us, but as the receiver, I just can't. And I'm going to skip it and get back to it later. Maybe.
If you can find it.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes. And that's one of the things too I learned early on in my communication is formatting an email. The little bit of extra time it takes matters. I love headers and subheaders, and I love bullet lists, and I love number lists, and I like, even I'll do a subheader for here are the file formats and here are the links, and I organize it and put it on bullet points so it looks really nice and clean. And if you're like, hey, you don't care about this paragraph, go to this paragraph, read that one. And questions.
Yes.
So many people, I try to only limit 3 questions per email. You usually get 1 response for 1 email, but try not to throw your questions in a paragraph form.
Mm-hmm.
If people are like, why don't I never get my questions answered? I'm like, I didn't even see it. Where were your questions? Oh, they're buried here. Call them out. Yes. I have a subheader goes questions, and then I put my questions underneath there.
Yes. Yes. I love that, because that is exactly what I do. Just give it to me straight. What is it? And even simple spacing,
Yeah.
You may have seen the email I copied you on this morning, where it's like, okay, I have my questions. Here's the space. Here's the question. But I need 2 more clarifications under that bullet point. Space. Yep. Here's my next question. Here's my bullet point. What is it that I need so that when somebody's receiving it back, oh, boom, I see it right there in front of my face. There's the question. And can I also add, proofread?
Yes. Right.
Okay. If you don't need 10 words to say what you're saying, don't use 10 words. Bring it down. If you can say it in 4 to 5 words, do that. Again, we don't have time. People don't have time
No.
because what are all the things we're doing? We're on social media. We have phone calls. We have Zoom calls. We have other emails that we need to respond to. And then we've got to get out the door for something else. So,
And usually, if you think about it, now we're responding most of the time on our phone. So we're like, there's this little spot that we can read it. And if we don't see it,
mhm,
again, gets buried because it's not easy to unmark it or mark it unread or as you're going about your day.
yes. Yes.
And yes, your email was easy to follow. I read it really quickly, got it in a second. I was like, great, she's got that taken care of. I didn't have to think about it. I was like, great. That's the other thing when you're CCing people that are in communication with you, you have your own style. So if you can get it simply out there, the other person
Mhm.
doesn't have to go, wait, Christina, can you explain to me what you were trying to ask? And can you continue, like, and I think you for, like, it was easy. I'm like, okay, got it. File it away. She took care of that. Moving on. Like,
Exactly, and that's what we wanna do. We wanna be able to answer it quickly and move on. So if there's something in there that we need to do, maybe at this moment, it's like, "Okay, I've gotta take care of that action," or it's strong enough in that email that I can go, "Okay, if I don't take care of it today, I know I'm gonna get it done, but it's somewhere there because you made it simple and clear for me to hold on to."
yes. And I mean, and for me, I'm the same way. If I don't do it right away, I will let it just kind of go to the bottom of my day emails. And so I have to pop it out and minimize it, be like, okay, I need to respond to this sooner because it's a bigger question that I have to think about or I don't have time to respond. And I have some days I have like 10 little emails sitting in my bottom row of going, okay, I see you. I will get to you. Like, you
Yeah.
know, but it's like it can be overwhelming just to respond to these emails.
Exactly, and to that point is, that would be another suggestion is don't make it overwhelming. It's like if there is more to follow up, you don't have to put everything in one email. Keep it for, the side going, "Oh, these are other topics, but let's make sure that this gets carried through." Like everything, it's our step-by-step book. It's like, "Okay, we've got step 1 done. Now that that's clear, we can move to step 2," versus going, and throwing it all in there like
Right.
raspberries. Ah,
Exactly. And when you're talking like email marketing, right? Same
mhm,
idea. Simple bite-sized information.
mhm.
You don't want to do an email sequence that is like 3 pages long and you're doing it every week, then nobody's going to read it. I call it too long, didn't read. Like we used to make videos out of blogs that were too long, didn't read, and just shorten it up and gave you little, ideas of what this is about. Same thing for emails.
Yeah,
If you're doing a sequence, it should only take up that much room on your, on your screen.
yeah.
Quick, fast tips, and let's be honest, the shorter it is, the harder it is to write.
Yes, that is true. Some focus and but, the meat of your message. And I am, guilty, but should I say not the but the and. Uh, I've been learning that one recently.
Uh-huh.
So, in, my avoidance, and we'll talk about this in a minute, of spamming people, sending too many emails, I will have my 3 subjects. Boom, boom, boom. But they are organized in the highlights,
Yep,
bolded, and I will put it in that subject title so that "Oh, I don't want this, but this is what I need to know." You're going to find that in that email.
yep.
And see simple order. More than 3? Then that's too much.
That's yeah, probably never going to read the past 3. Yes.
Exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, I am loving this conversation, Amy, and I would love to talk about our please don'ts next,
Yes.
right after this intermittent break, to invite everyone to our visibility accountability group, which happens every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And we offer everyone coming in a 1-month trial for free so that we can help you on your visibility.
Yes.
A little pick me up midstream.
I know, right? Such a great song. Good job on that.
Thank you.
Yes, the don'ts, right? Like there's so many great ways to do emails, and the don'ts are so everywhere.
Mhm.
Like, and you get them in your email daily.
Yes.
And I don't know if people do it just to irritate you so you notice it, like especially for spammers, right? You're like, oh, but it's also one of those things is there's the spamming, there is just horrible formatting, and there's a lot of other different ways that we can abuse emails, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
let's talk about the spamming, Christina.
Ooh.
Like, what bothers you and communication and feels spammy?
All right, so a friend of mine, she put me on her email list. Love her, love what she's doing. She is leveling up.
Mhm.
Getting 2 emails every day from her,
Ooh,
I'm not interested. I love
that's
you.
a
I
lot.
support what it is you're doing, but 1, those are immediately going to my delete box. The trash. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say who it is out loud, but if she'll know if she realizes she's sending me 2 emails a day. I can't. I can't, and she's not the only one.
Mm-mm.
And I'm just like, "Oh my goodness. If I didn't open your first email, I'm not gonna open your second, and I'm not gonna open it tomorrow or the day after the day after. That's too much." And then when I do open them, they're the 14 paragraph ones. I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
no. Where is the value in that?" It's kind of like, you know, I don't know why I just likened it to relationships. When you're so desperate for one, is you're just trying to reach out and reach out and say, "But like me, please like me, please like me, please like, would you like me?"
And if
And
I
it's like,
show up every single day, you'll start to like me.
yes,
Yeah, right?
but if
That's
you
how it kinda
don't
starts
even
to feel.
yes, yes, exactly, exactly. I'm like, "No, now you're starting to irritate me." But if you stand back and leave a little mystery, "Oh, what's this email? Who is this person? Oh my gosh. Yes, what is this? I am actually gonna take time and look into it because you're not filling my box all the time with the same stuff that I don't know, especially with AI today, that it could be just out over and over again with slightly different words without really having an impactful message. If you're going to do it, send something impactful. If you have an event, I'm so excited for you, but you don't have to remind me twice a day that your event is coming up in 2 months.
And timing is such an important part of email marketing.
Mhm.
I have a newsletter, right? And I do it once a month, because I work really hard on my newsletter and what I'm communicating, why I'm communicating it, what it's about. I was so overwhelmed in January, I didn't get it out. And I was like, you know what? That's okay, because I actually take a lot of pride in what I write in those emails,
Yes.
because I want it to be of value of the people who are receiving, instead just, I don't know, grab something from AI and throw it in there. And that means I got checked. I check it off. That is not how email should be.
Yes. Yeah, I agree, I agree. And just what you're talking about, giving yourself the grace when it doesn't go out on time.
Yes, because we're not perfect people. Like we don't
No.
have to be.
And it's not the old-fashioned waiting by the mailbox for that letter to show up. He's like, "Did it arrive yet? Did it arri" People will get to it when they get to it. And again, back to that leaving it a little mystery, leaving it back a little bit is like I said, I'm going to dedicate more time to go, "Oh, what is this newsletter?" And spend the time and go through it and going, there's some nuggets in here that I wanna take away from," versus just, "Oh, it's the same old marketing stuff that I'm not interested in hearing about again and again and again." Where's the
Mhm.
meat?
Yeah, where's the personality? Where is the interest? And if you are going to do, sequences, simple, quick, fast communication, something that can take on, like Christina is saying, where is the value? And if you can't answer that as you're editing, you need to edit some more.
Mhm.
because it needs to be added.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I can see somebody going, well, my value is what I'm offering. So I'm putting my offer in there. Well, yes, but tell me more.
Yeah, tell me why I care.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
always love to answer that. Why should they care?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
if they don't care, it's not a value to them.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes. And timing is a big thing. It almost becomes a little bit like harassment when there's too frequently of emails. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of watching your emails to see the open rates, to pay attention. You can start small and start adding, or start a lot and reduce. It's okay to play with the timing to see what is your audience is responding to. What's the
Mm-hmm.
comfort level that they want? Is it putting a lot of pressure on you to write them? Are you enjoying it? Like, what are the different things? If you enjoy writing so much, write a blog. That's honest to God, like a really good thing to do. It still exists and it still does work.
Yes. Yes. So I have a question for you, Amy,
Yeah.
because in the podcasting world, one of the things that we've talked about recently is going, oh my gosh, we are all on borrowed space. So I am borrowing space on YouTube. I'm borrowing space on LinkedIn. I'm borrowing space on Facebook. And I've known two people who recently lost their Facebook, completely shut down, years of pictures, videos. Mind you, Facebook only keeps up videos 30 days now before they get them off their platform. But I've heard so many people, especially after something like that happens, going, you've got to have that email list. You have to be able to have that email list because you need to stay in, contact with your people in case your platform gets shut down.
Yep.
What is your answer to this?
It is the absolute truth. The only thing you own is on your own servers. Your email, your blog articles, your traffic to your website. Those are everything else is on their platform and how they choose to use it. So you're kind of at their mercy of if they decide to just fold and shut it all down, all that work is gone. You'd have to start all over, right? So there is that truth, right? And today they make it harder and harder to get off their platforms and bring it onto your own because they want to encourage it because that's where that strength is. But your email list, especially when you're a service-based business, one of your greatest assets is your email list besides your client list. If you don't have one, the value of your company is what? I mean, you have influencers, but again, that is outside there, things can change quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do work with a lot of people who evaluate business value and worth.
Yes.
And that is one thing that is considered an asset for a service-based business. And that's your marketing channel that you control.
Yes. Yes. And it's funny because I learned that years ago that when you are doing an evaluation of your business, your email list absolutely is part of the valuation. And I find that so interesting, and so with that, knowing it's an asset, it's part of respecting those people on the list and giving them the right information, and I think about how many, in a service-based business going, well, I have clients that I serve for this purpose and I have clients to serve for this purpose. Some things will cross over, but don't force the other one. It's like if
Yeah,
you're running a service for adults, don't send them all the kids stuff.
exactly. Tagging. That's all about tagging, right? Like in using an email system, tag it adult services, children's services,
Mm-hmm.
or a parent, like whatever it would be. Like tagging is so important. Keeping your email list clean, small. I'm always about small quality email lists are more important than 10,000 emails where you get a 1% open rate.
Mm-hmm.
All the lists I manage get over 50% open rates.
Yes.
And I clean them out. If people are not responding, they're not opening them, I put them out of the system.
Yeah.
It's weird to think about, but it's a health thing,
Yeah.
right? We wouldn't let, like let's say, in pumpkin plant when I was training there, they're like, you don't let the rotten pumpkins on your vine. You pluck them off so the good pumpkins have more nourishment, right?
Yeah.
Same idea with our emails.
Yes, yes. You know what I love about that? You're helping somebody out there from it being an email box full of, like, 5,000 unread emails because it's just like, "Oh, this is" we have a season for everything, and if it's not in our season anymore, it's okay, and I find it so interesting because I know we talked about on the offline about the unsubscribe button, but it is there for a reason, I hate to use it because I'm like, I still like you, but I wish you would just take me off your email list, and I don't wanna hit that hard unsubscribe, but, I'm done with the spammy.
Exactly. Or it's not an interest, or you thought it would be, and you're like, it's not quite landing for me.
Mhm,
And that's okay. It's okay to unsubscribe too, right?
mhm.
Because it does allow us, as the people consuming the emails, the ones that we do want to read,
Yeah,
you know, and that is all right. And yeah, too much. I mean, I get it. Like, I have one where it's travel, and you get like flash sales where airlines have given them like the wrong flights. And it's like, yeah, those I do want, whenever you find out, because it might be the right one, but
mhm.
they're urgent, act immediately, emails. So yes, that makes sense.
Yes, yes. So, our key takeaways for today: clean subject lines,
Yes.
keep your message clear to the point. Don't send so many emails to people, don't overdo it. Make sure your message is clean and clear with that intent. Send to the right audience.
Yep.
What else can we say, Amy?
I would say, use an email system, but spend time in it, learn it, tag people, segment your lists for different focuses, different lists. You don't have to do a send to all response always.
Agreed, agreed with that one too. That's definitely a good one because yes, we don't need 20 people to know, like, I have a question for this one person. Okay, let's answer that together once we know the answer.
Exactly. Just think of like who you're like respecting the persons and who needs to have this information. That's it. Is a respecting their time. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Oh, this has been great talking about emails. I can't wait till tonight's visibility accountability group where we can dig deeper with those on the call. And if you'd love to join us, hit the link below for our visibility accountability every Wednesday, 7 p.m. I am Christina.
And I am Amy. We look forward to seeing you tonight.
Yay!
Yay.
And we'll see you next time on Visibility Strategy.
Share your story, own your name, step in the light, ignite your flame, show up, shine out, it's time to be heard, flip fear into power with every